The city of Bengaluru has seen many protests against the Citizens Amendment Act. On Sunday, however, there was a huge protest in favour of the act, and present there, the Bengaluru South MP Tejasvi Surya. Tejasvi, one of your comments is getting a lot of flack, where you said that while it was members of the IT industry, bankers, lawyers and ordinary auto rickshaw drivers who were at supporting CAA, it was people who men punctures, who are illiterate, who were on the other side, and that is being seen as a reference to Muslims and is being seen as a rather unfortunate comment. How do you respond to this?
Maya, in literature, writing, as well as in public speaking, you use certain phrases, certain statements metaphorically, which should not be taken in the literal sense. Having said that, the whole intention was to say that the ones who are protesting against CAA are not aware of the details of the act. They are not able to answer basic question as to how is it related to any Indian citizen, whether it is Muslim or Hindu. So without knowing the ABC, people are protesting. Therefore, my entire speech is about 28-29 minutes. I have made repeated requests in this speech to protest in a democratic fashion, to not indulge in violence. I have made repeated, 98% of my speech has said whether the victim of a communal fight is whether it's Naveen or Naushad. The life is the same. The mother feels the same kind of pain. I have requested young people to refrain from violence. The sad part is that the focus is not given on the 98% where I have made fervent appeals for democratic protest. I have made appeals to read, understand the bill, the act and its intent. But the focus is on one metaphoric sentence and it is trying to be twisted out of
context. But it could be seen that you were saying that people who are illiterate have no rights.
Absolutely not. My sentence, which precedes this sentence, says in our protest people from all working class, every class are present in our protest. As a student of constitutional law, I wouldn't say that only educated people have right. In fact, in my sentence, I have said everybody, including all the working class, auto rickshaw-wallahs, everybody are in protest. The idea is to say that the ones who understand the bill are in favor of the act. The ones who have not spent time understanding it and are going by.
Among those protesting against it are people like Ramchandra Guha, very educated, very literate people, many legal luminaries, many educated people as well who have studied the bill closely are still against it. So it's not just people who do not know how to read and write.
Well, it's sad that some people choose to, despite their education, despite their Ivy League degrees, choose to ignore truth and deliberately indulge in misinformation. With respect to people like Ramchandra Guha, it baffles me that he should come out and explain as to how the CAA has got to do anything with Indian citizens.
But many people have done that. Many people have explained very articulately, about the concern. When you're mentioning all the religions except Islam, when you're mentioning people from all religions except Muslims, that is leaving them out.
The object of the bill is to provide religious minorities persecuted in 3 countries refuge and citizenship in India.
But was it needed? Because anyway, people were getting refuge here in India. Why mention those 3 countries and why mention Hindus, Buddhists, Sikhs, but leaving out the Muslims?
Ask Mahatma Gandhi why he suggested this. Ask Ambedkar why he suggested this. Ask Sardar Patel why he suggested this.
Suggested what?
That there should be all these Hindu, Sikh, Buddhist refugees who come to India must be given citizenship. This is not Modi's idea alone. Why did Manmohan Singh speak of this? Why did the Congress, when it was from P.V. Narasimha Rao to Rajiv Gandhi to Indira Gandhi to Manmohan Singh, why were they speaking for this? Why did Tarun Gogoi
Congress has filed a complaint against you for your speech. They consider it a hate speech. The Congress will.
I don't understand how this is any hate speech. Prima facie, even that cannot be entertained. But coming back to the real question of CAA and it being anti-Muslim, it is nothing but false propaganda and fear-mongering. And I request, especially the educated, the so-called educated ones, like the Guhas and the others that you mentioned, to not indulge in this fear-mongering and in this mischievous propaganda. They are doing it at the cost of the nation's secular fabric. Please don't do that.
I spoke to many Muslims at the rally today, educated, uneducated, all kind of classes. They were all very concerned by the CAA and very concerned by your comment as well. They felt it was divisive. They felt it was demeaning. It was meant to be.
Why? Is there a religious tone to that?
They feel that your sentence about puncture-wallahs, people who repair punctures,
Is there a
they
religious tone
see
to
that as being so. They do see that as being so.
Unfortunate, but it was not that way. But my request to them is, the kind of attention that the media should be giving today is on those people who are indulging in vandalizing public property. They should be booked. Their properties must be attached. These rule of law must be established everywhere. They are free to protest. If they choose to ignore the reality of the bill, and if they are free to protest, they are free to protest. It's a free country.
This is not the first time, of course, that your comments or your tweets or your comments generally have actually caused flack. Online as well, you're getting a lot of hits for this. It's not the first time. Do you think you should tone down in any way, or do you realize that sometimes the things you say have been perceived as offensive, has been felt to be offensive?
If people choose to see a few things anything in an offensive manner, then they're free to do that. It's a free country. As far as my understanding of the issue goes and my stand goes, I'm very clear. The thrust of my speech has been two things. One, CAA is not anti-Muslim, it's not anti-any Indian. Please understand the realities and the facts before you protest. Point two, I have requested everybody, if they choose to protest against the bill, to do so in a non-violent, peaceful, democratic manner. If someone chooses to ignore the thrust of the speech and concentrate on one sentence and twist this again for their mischievous political gains, they are free to do so. It's a democratic country.
The Prime Minister's speech didn't seem to reassure many, though. Even though it came yesterday, there were many people who still feel concerned despite the Prime Minister's speech yesterday.
I feel it's the hatred for Narendra Modi that is taking the shape of the CAA protests. I request these protesters at least have the moral conviction to come out and say that, we don't like Narendra Modi. This is why we are protesting. Instead of garbing it, masking it in the form of CAA and trying to make it a Hindu-Muslim issue and spoil the secular fabric of the state. Because when an act has nothing to do with Indian citizens, let alone Hindus and Muslims, and you're trying to paint it as a Hindu versus Muslim story, then it is a very dangerous situation. Therefore, I say that if someone doesn't like Narendra Modi, it's a free country. They can openly say we are protesting because we don't like the
But you're saying your comment had no communal overtones. It was not directed at Muslims or poor Muslims who were protesting.
My comment, the intention of the comment is to say, before you protest, understand why you're protesting. Read the law. Understand that it has nothing to do with Indian Muslims, Indian Hindus, any Indian citizen. The CAA deals with foreigners from 3 specific countries. It has nothing to do with Indians. Do not fall prey to propaganda of those people and lose your lives in protests.
So no regrets over that comment?
Absolutely not.
No.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Well, Tejasvi Surya, the MP from Bengaluru South, on that comment which has caused so much flack online, where he spoke about those protesting against the bill not having perhaps literacy to understand what it was all about. But that comment has received a lot of complaints, a lot of flack, a lot of criticism, not for the first time. Tejasvi Surya finding himself in the centre of a controversy. With Govind Murthy, Maya Sharma in Bengaluru for NDTV.